and welcome to another beautiful day here in Greece. If you are new here, my name is Anna and I have been traveling around Europe for the last 2 months. Today I am doing a free walking tour. I'm just going to get a little bit of information about where I am. As you know, I love doing free walking tours the moment I get into a city so that I know where I am and the historical context behind what I'm looking at. Let's go join our tour because I think I'm late. Athens is the capital and largest city in Greece. It was one of the most powerful city-states in ancient Greece and is often regarded as the cradle of Western civilization and the birthplace of democracy. The city is littered with ancient history. Ruins and preserved sites are at every turn. Our tour didn't just focus on the ancient history, however. Our guide introduced us to modern Athens as well. We started at the Academy of Athens, Greece's national academy and the highest research establishment in the country. The main building of the academy is a neoclassical building designed during King Otto's reign. Alright, so every Sunday at 11 a.m., usually every Sunday at 11 a.m., they do a changing the guards, they do a whole parade and stuff like that. Our tour guide brought us over here, but unfortunately they started early today. I didn't really see anything. We're gonna wait for the parade part to go through and we might be able to see something then. We stopped at the Agia Dynamis, a tiny Byzantine-era church built in the 16th century. The surrounding buildings were demolished, but when it came time to rebuild the area, the Greek Orthodox Church refused to surrender the property. A hotel was instead built around it, making for an interesting dichotomy between the ancient and the modern.
Forum means marketplace. The Greek word agora. This means marketplace. Agora. Okay. That's why you have these terms in psychology. Agoraphobia.
Oh.
Fear of open, crowded spaces. Agora.
Oh, okay.
The marketplace. Phobia, fear. Socrates said he didn't really believe there were many gods. He said there must be like one god somehow. And someone asked him, okay, so what about Zeus and all the others? He said, probably there were some amazing, really important kings at the time long forgotten, and they really helped mankind, teaching them how to plow the land, to build ships, whatever, I don't know. And this really distant memory of humans, these rulers, kings, benefactors of humanity, whatever, they became gods.
Just through word of mouth.
Yeah, that was it.
Our guide, George, was so great. Outside of the tour guide gig, he is an archaeologist, historian, and author. He's written a book that serves as an intro to ancient Greek philosophy, available for purchase on Amazon. I'll include the link below if you're interested. That night, some of my new friends and I went out to explore the Athens nightlife. I couldn't tell you where they took me, but man was it a wild ride.
They have fairies here.
Yes,
Very
they do.
sapphic.
Hello again. It has been a minute. For the last week I've been in Santorini, just relaxing and recuperating. I have been super sick and exhausted for a full week, but I am feeling better now and I'm in Athens again. I have a couple more days till the end of the Greece part of my trip, and so we're gonna go see some of those historical sites that I didn't get to see the last time I was here. So today I am at the Ancient Agora. I bought the €30 ticket package. You have 5 days to see as many of the sites as you want, and it ends up being the price of just going to 2. I'm going to be doing a free audio tour here today at the Ancient Agora. It is a podcast by Rick Steves, so thanks for that, Rick Steves. The Agora of Athens is the best known example of an ancient Greek central public space. This was where democracy was practiced and business was conducted. It was a place to socialize, watch performers, and listen to famous philosophers. The Museum of the Ancient Agora is held in the reconstructed Stoa of Attalos. The collection holds artifacts from the 7th to the 5th century BC, as well as pottery from the Byzantine period and the Turkish occupation. The exhibition describes the private and public life in ancient Athens. One of the most interesting things I learned about early democracy practiced in the Agora was the concept of ostracism. This was an important Athenian democratic procedure that happened once a year to one person. Citizens would anonymously write a name on an ostraca or pottery shard. If a person got enough votes, they would be banished for 10 years. No one, not even the man who led them to victory in the Persian War, was immune from this practice. This method was meant to neutralize someone thought to be a threat to the state or a potential tyrant, though as you can imagine, it was sometimes used to get rid of someone who was simply unpopular and disliked. The layout of the Agora was centered around the Panathenaic Way, a road that ran through the middle of Athens up to the Acropolis. This road was considered tremendously sacred, serving as a travel route for the Panathenaic Festival, which was held in honor of the goddess Athena every 4 years. So fun fact about this spot in particular, our tour guide from last time, he is an archaeologist. So he actually helped in this area and they found a little statue of Socrates. They didn't know what it was. The style of the rooms and all the windows facing the wrong way for it to be like a market or something. And they realized that this was the state prison and this was the last place that Socrates was alive before they killed him. And my tour guide was a part of the group that discovered that. Isn't that cool? It's really cool. It's a little out of the way and it's not on the guidebook, so I had to walk over here and find it for myself. On the northwest side of the Agora stands the Temple of Hephaestus, the god of metalworking and craftsmanship. The Agora is open daily, though the hours vary slightly depending on the season. Tickets are €10 for adults, but there are several free days throughout the year. Check the website for those before you go. Expect to spend around an hour and a half to 2 hours there, and definitely get some sort of guide to give you context of the different sites. The Rick Steves audio guide I did was very helpful and free on Apple Podcasts. is my last day here in Athens, and today I am finally going to the Acropolis. I am here, I just started. I am going to be doing another Rick Steves audio tour, so I hope to get plenty of information from Uncle Rick and I am excited to share that with you guys. First thing to note about the Acropolis: you need to come here early in the morning or later in the afternoon. I am here around 3:30 p.m. on a Friday, so it is pretty crowded. I expect that it was a lot more crowded, and it would be if it was not raining. So it will be raining on this tour, but that is okay. Another pro tip: most of the stairs and the walkways here are marble, and that means that it is very slippery. I have almost fallen in my sneakers twice already, so definitely bring some shoes with some grip to them, especially if it is going to be raining while you're here. So I'm gonna start my tour, and let's check out this amazing historical site, shall we?
The Acropolis of Athens is an ancient citadel above the city. It contains several architectural and historic marvels, including the crown jewel of Greece, the Parthenon. After the Persian War, Athenian statesman Pericles coordinated the construction that transformed the rocky hill into a unique monument of thought and the arts. As you ascend the marble stairway, the Parthenon immediately comes into view. In its prime, the Parthenon was a temple dedicated to the goddess of wisdom and warfare, Athena. A giant statue of Athena, built by the famous sculptor Phidias, was held inside. As with most ancient Greek buildings, its purpose changed depending on who controlled the city at that time. In Roman rule, it was a Christian church dedicated to the Virgin Mary, then a mosque during Ottoman rule. During the Moorian War, it was unfortunately used as a munitions dump. When the Venetians bombed the area in 1687, the Parthenon was hit and the resulting explosion decimated the building. Restoration on the structure remains ongoing. Only a small number of the original sculptures from the Parthenon remain on site. In 1801, the 7th Earl of Elgin began removing materials from the site with the permission of the Ottoman rulers of the time. The collection, known as the Elgin Marbles, now resides in the British Museum in London. This has been a subject of intense controversy over the years, as formal requests for the permanent return to Greece of all the Parthenon sculptures in the museum's collection was first made in 1983. The museum still declines to return the sculptures today.
Okay, that wraps up the end of my trip here in Greece. Greece, you have been amazing, and I am so lucky that I've been able to come here. Of course, I want to come back. I always want to come back, right? But I am very grateful for the time that I've had, relaxing in Santorini, hiking around Meteora, and exploring Thessaloniki and Athens. Kelsey, I am so excited to see you, and I am excited for our adventure in Scotland. I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of my travels, including the Scotland series that's about to start, then please subscribe and give this video a like. You know what to do. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you next time.